Hello everyone and welcome to my latest application review. Today we'll be taking a look at Vlingo, which is a voice-to-text dictation service. As you may or may not know, there aren't really a lot of dictation options that cover both the Android and iPhone markets, but Vlingo is one of the top choices for both because of the options that it gives you within the service. This is the home screen for Vlingo, which has a large button that you can either hold down while speaking and release when you've finished, or you can tap to begin and tap to end. It also has these constantly refreshing suggestions that you could ask Vlingo to do, and I think they're an attempt to be funny, but more often than not, they come across as a little tired and dated. However, if you don't give Vlingo a command, it defaults to either a web search or an email using your voice to text. So if you click down on the bottom left-hand side, you'll get the settings menu, and there are lots of cool things that you can change in here, from UK English to US English. You can turn on or off the profanity filter as you so choose, tones, auto listen. There's also lots of other little bits and pieces that you can add down here. Now if you navigate back to the Vlingo home menu, you'll find out all of the interesting features that actually make Vlingo a better choice than some of the other options on the market. If you click down where these texts are popping up, it'll come up with the What Can I Say features menu, which has options like SMS, email, maps, social updates, web search, and voice dial. And as I'm sure you've guessed, the social updates are probably the most exciting because you can connect them with your Facebook, your Twitter, whatever social media sites you like to use, you can link them up with Vlingo. Now let's have a look at the quality of the voice-to-text feature and see how effective it actually is. It's annoying that this app doesn't have a note-taking feature. As you can see, for no particular reason, it assumes that I'm sending an SMS, even though I haven't said anything about it. And after a good few seconds of thinking, the level of voice comprehension was pretty good, but not as good as you'd ideally like. We do, however, have some useful options on the keyboard. You can click on the word, the first word it got wrong was 9, and it comes up with a bunch of other options that you can just instantly put into your keyboard. Unfortunately, these weren't any of the options that I was going for, but if it's the small adjustment, it's actually really helpful. I guess it's just not as good when things get lost in translation and the whole thing goes completely wrong. But just for comparison, we'll have a quick look at the microphone voice-to-text feature built into the iPhone to compare the level of comprehension. It's annoying that this iPhone doesn't have a note-taking feature. There you go. You can see that in this case, we got 100% translation on the iOS software compared to the pretty close 90% that we got in Vlingo. I guess it's easy to see why this would be better, but one of the really positive features of Vlingo dictation is that the software essentially learns over time as it gets used to the things that you're saying and your voice and the corrections that you make. So overall, if you can stick with it until Vlingo gets a higher level of accuracy, then you're going to be pretty pleased with yourself. But to be perfectly honest, iPhones have Siri these days, which makes downloading a new dictation program fairly redundant.